Gentlemen, we have a problem. You know the cripple who's usually outside the temple gate? Well, he's not there.
Annas? Do you mean the one who's always begging?
Precisely.
Well, that's no problem, Caiaphas. He always annoyed me when I came to the temple to pray. If he's missing, good riddance.
He's not missing. He's running and jumping inside the temple courts.
The cripple?
Right.
Excuse me. Do all you priests and scribes know the meaning of the word cripple?
Of course we do.
Then how can he be running and leaping?
Well,
He's crippled.
Well, obviously, he's been healed.
Then he's no longer crippled.
Exactly.
So, does this mean he can make his own living and won't be begging anymore?
I suppose so.
Okay, then what's the problem? He's gone. I can pray in peace.
Alexander, if you'll be quiet and listen, you'll know what the problem is. At 3 o'clock this afternoon, the cripple was sitting at the temple gates, as usual.
Maybe, as usual.
When 2 men came up to him and spoke to him,
But instead of giving him money, one of them reached out
and took his hand,
and pulled him to his feet.
and now he's leaping all around the temple.
I still don't see the problem.
The man's a fool.
Just because he's leaping and running is no reason to call him a fool.
Not him, you.
Me? Did you hear that? Caiaphas just called me a fool.
With good reason. Don't you ever think, Alexander?
Let's see. About noon I thought I was hungry.
A fool. A complete and utter fool.
Pay attention here. Try not to speak. Just listen.
A lame man so suddenly healed this afternoon.
Everybody in the temple heard about it.
There was a great uproar,
Everybody wanted to see the healed man.
and the men who had healed him.
Now do you see the problem?
I sure do. Why, everyone in Jerusalem will be flocking to these 2 doctors. The other doctors will go broke.
A fool. A complete and total fool.
Alexander, just try to understand. Those 2 men are not doctors.
The man was born lame and is over 40 years old.
No doctor has ever been able to heal him.
And suddenly, he's healed.
What do you think happens?
He signed up for dancing lessons.
No! Everyone in the temple runs to see what happened.
They want to see this miracle.
And they want to see the men who did it.
Well, I should think so. So, what's the big deal?
Those 2 men are preaching right now, here in the temple.
About Jesus.
So, Jesus is dead. What's the big deal?
Those men claim he's no longer dead,
That it was Jesus' power that healed the lame man.
and that everyone must believe in Jesus as the Son of God.
Well, that's just plain crazy. Jesus is dead. We saw to that.
But they're saying that he rose from the dead.
Well, nobody believes that.
Many do. Remember, there's no body. The tomb is empty.
Sure, but his disciples stole the body. Remember?
Fool. A complete and utter fool.
Alexander, do you even remember how that story started?
I sure do, Annas. We paid the guards to say they were asleep on duty.
So do you really believe that the disciples stole the body?
Well, sure. What else could have happened?
Well, we don't know, but we don't want people going around teaching that Jesus came back to life. If people believe Jesus is the Son of God, what happens to us?
Wait, why should anything happen to us?
Because he was crucified, that's why.
Well, sure, but the Romans did that.
Because we demanded it.
So do you see what that means?
People might not like this very much.
Who cares about liking us? They might stop respecting and listening to us.
We'll lose much of our power over the people.
We have to stop those radicals.
Finally, he begins to understand.
Now that we've agreed there's a problem, we must decide what to do.
Ooh, we stick him on the Americans' no-fly list.
How can we do that?
Or we could pretend that this miracle didn't happen.
So,
Well, we just say the healed man is an imposter.
Who's going to believe that?
Well, they believe the guards fell asleep, didn't they?
true. Well, maybe not this time though. Too many people know this man. That lie wouldn't work.
I have it. You can simply stop the story from spreading.
And how do we do that?
We order those two to stop talking about Jesus.
How much are we going to have to pay them? Bribing the guards cost our treasury a lot of money.
He has a point, Caiaphas. Even if we had the cash, I doubt we could bribe them.
Of course not. Money won't silence them, but threats
Ah, I like the way you think.
and beatings.
Long-term imprisonment?
That's the trick. Nobody will keep telling lies if they have to suffer for it. If you can just make them suffer, they'll be silent.
I like it. Okay, bring the temple guards along and we'll lock these men up for the night. This should put a stop to all that nonsense.
Wait, what are we doing? Guys?